I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
The spotlight was never designed to illuminate the cracks. Behind the velvet curtain, in a world woven from fame and obedience, there is a boy who learned to sing not because he had to, but because silence was too loud. That boy, named Kim Taehyung, once danced to every beat the system gave him. But lately he's been walking off tempo, no longer just a member of BTS, but a soul unraveling from the choreography of control. This isn't just tension. This is rebellion dressed in quiet. In June 2025, the whispers grew into thunder. HYBE, polished and pristine, released their roadmap for BTS's grand rebranding, a future paved with campaigns, global deals, and a version of Taehyung that no longer resembled him. And Taehyung, with the weight of 1,000 expectations pressing on his lungs, chose not to nod. Not this time. He said no. I am not your product. Those 5 words weren't shouted. They were etched into every gaze he gave backstage, every silence he held in interviews, every smile that no longer reached his eyes. And HYBE felt it. A fracture. A defiance. A slow-burning storm. Inside the polished headquarters of South Korea's most powerful agency, a question echoed through the marble corridors. What do we do with a star that refuses to shine the way we want him to? They tried meetings. Offers. Reshaping him in brand slogans and bullet points. But Taehyung didn't want a rebranding. He wanted a rebirth. Let me be an artist or let me go. That's what he told them, according to an insider. But freedom in this world comes at a price. And for HYBE, that price looked like chaos, fans split, headlines screaming, stocks trembling. Taehyung wasn't just 1/7 of BTS, he was their aesthetic crown jewel, the unpredictable heartbeat that made the group feel human. If he breaks away, who else might follow? Fans began to notice. He posted less. He spoke more through visuals than words. His music choices grew raw, unreleased, unfiltered. He was peeling off the idol mask. Slowly, painfully, publicly. And in this quiet rebellion, something holy was blooming. The moment I stopped pretending, I started breathing. He wrote in a cryptic story post that disappeared after 24 hours. Army screenshot it, translated it, wept over it. Was this the beginning of his farewell, or his arrival? HYBE scrambled. Talks of creative differences spilled into press briefings. Some executives demanded compliance. Others whispered about exile from future projects. But Taehyung, calm as a sea before a tsunami, didn't budge. He was done being sculpted. He wanted to sculpt. In hidden studios late at night, he began recording something. Not an album. A statement. Raw poetry turned to sound. Jazz fused with grief. A diary disguised as melody. Something that didn't ask for permission, only for truth. It said no one from HYBE was invited to the sessions. And then the leak happened. A snippet of his new song found its way online. No auto-tune, no hook, just a haunting whisper. I built a cage for myself, because I thought it was home. The internet broke. Armies sobbed. Even those who weren't fans paused. Because suddenly, the golden boy of K-pop was no longer golden. He was real. And hurting. And awake. HYBE issued a response. We support Taehyung's creative journey. But those who knew better. Behind the words was a storm of boardroom panic and press strategists working overtime. Because Taehyung didn't just want a solo. He wanted a soul. And this is where it gets painful. Some fans begged him to stay. Others cheered him on to run. Jungkook, it said, tried to mediate, late-night calls, voice notes ending in silence. Jimin sent flowers to his studio. Namjoon wrote a verse about losing petals but gaining roots. Even Yoongi, silent and wise, flew back early from tour to see him in person. But Taehyung wasn't running from them. He was walking toward himself. Is this the beginning of the end for BTS? Or is this the beginning of a new BTS, one where individual voices echo louder than agency slogans? HYBE is at a crossroads. The old model of idol management is cracking. And Taehyung, knowingly or not, may be the one holding the chisel. The truth is, he doesn't hate HYBE. He just doesn't want to lose himself to keep pleasing them. And for the first time, the empire must decide. Do they silence him, or finally learn to listen? I'm not leaving. I'm becoming. That's what he told an inner circle friend. And maybe that's all we need to know. Because in a world that forces you to be loud to matter, Taehyung is proving that sometimes the quietest step changes everything. July 2025. Seoul feels colder even when the sun is out. There's a silence around HYBE that isn't peaceful, it's strategic. A silence meant to hide the storm they couldn't control. Because Taehyung didn't stop when the cameras turned off. He just began walking further away. The industry tried to call it a creative hiatus. Insiders now whisper a different phrase. Unsupervised evolution. Taehyung has left the building. Literally. After refusing HYBE's revised proposal for his solo activities, offers dripping in luxury and restriction, he packed up his things from his studio at the HYBE building and moved his creative base off-site. No managers. No cameras. No branding teams. Just Taehyung and freedom. What shocked insiders even more? He didn't disappear. He began to create louder than ever. An anonymous tip surfaced on Korean forums. V is working with indie film directors, classical musicians, and spoken-word poets. No idle polish. Just real raw. Taehyung. He was seen entering a small jazz bar at 2 a.m. in Itaewon. A filmmaker posted and quickly deleted a blurred photo captioned, "A story too sacred for marketing." Meanwhile, HYBE panicked. Their star was out of orbit. They held emergency meetings, drafted legal language, and even tried to renegotiate under the radar. But Taehyung had tasted air unfiltered by profit margins. And he wasn't coming back for breadcrumbs. Then came the unexpected. A cryptic teaser uploaded at midnight to an anonymous YouTube channel. No face. No brand. No logo. Just a black screen and a voice, his voice whispering. "They tried to write my ending. But I was never their story to finish." The video went viral in hours. Armies, startled and breathless, connected the dots. Taehyung's voice. Taehyung's style. Taehyung's rebellion. HYBE declined to comment. What followed wasn't just speculation, it was mobilization. Fans launched the global hashtag #LetVCreate, demanding that Taehyung be given the artistic space he's earned. Billboards lit up in Seoul, New York, and Paris. A petition to support his solo independence gathered over 2 million signatures in 48 hours. Armies weren't just watching. They were fighting beside him. But then, the consequences arrived. HYBE suspended all promotional mentions of Taehyung on BTS official platforms. No birthday countdown. No throwback clips. No reposts of his content. A quiet erasure. As if the empire was whispering, "We made you. We can unmake you." And yet he smiled. Appearing briefly on a fan's live stream outside a gallery in Daegu, Taehyung wore an oversized coat and a quiet grin. When asked, "Are you okay?" he simply replied, "I'm free." Jungkook was spotted visiting him days later. No bodyguards. No stylists. Just two friends sitting at a park bench, wordless, watching the night fall. Some say it was a conversation without speaking. Others say Jungkook cried. But no photo was shared. Not one. Because some moments aren't for posting. Inside HYBE, fractures widened. Some younger executives began questioning the system. Was controlling creative spirit still viable in 2025? Or were they watching the start of a new model, the idol as sovereign artist? The rumors grew bolder. That Taehyung is preparing a short film about being silenced. That he wrote a letter addressed to armies, not HYBE, that will be read aloud at a secret exhibition. That he's refused all commercial sponsors for his upcoming release. No beauty brands. No luxury endorsements. Just art. Just soul. Just him. The K-pop industry held its breath. HYBE held its fists. And Taehyung? He held a paintbrush in one hand and a pen in the other. "I'm not angry. I'm just awake." Another quote from the unreleased short film, leaked by a studio intern. And maybe that's what scares the system most. He's not here to destroy them. He's here to outgrow them. So what now? Does this end with a public fallout? A contract termination? Or a reformation from within? Even HYBE's fiercest loyalists admit, if we don't adapt, we'll lose them all. Because Taehyung wasn't the only one watching. Other members are now quietly questioning their roles. Wondering how long they can keep smiling for the system. when they longed to sing for themselves. The curtain didn't fall. It lifted on a stage where Taehyung stands alone, not as an idol, but as a revolution in velvet. And though the lights might be dimmer now, the truth finally has room to glow.